if I told you the girls who seem to get everything, the job, the relationship, the random stroke of luck, aren't actually luckier than you? They just think one specific thought differently. And today, I'm going to show you exactly what it is. Lucky girl syndrome is everywhere right now. TikTok, Instagram, it's crossing into YouTube. And I know, when you first saw it, part of you probably rolled your eyes because it sounds like wishful thinking. But here's the thing. There's a real neurological explanation for why this works. And once you understand what's actually happening in the brain, you stop calling it luck. In this video, I'm breaking down what lucky girl syndrome really is, why the skeptics are accidentally proving it works, and giving you a 5-minute daily practice you can start today. Before we get into it, if this is your kind of content, mindset, manifestation, understanding why your reality looks the way it does, hit subscribe. I put out videos like this every week. And later, I'm going to mention a free community where people are doing this work together. And you can get direct support. Stick around for that, okay? Let's talk about what lucky girl syndrome actually is. Because most videos out there get this completely wrong. The biggest pain solved. When lucky girl syndrome went viral, the phrase that defined it was, "I'm so lucky. Good things always happen to me. Everything is always working out for me." The idea is that if you say this enough, believe it enough, your life will start to reflect it back. The internet immediately split into two groups. One grabbed it and ran. The other called it toxic positivity and dangerous delusion. But here's what both groups missed. Lucky girl syndrome is not an idea. It is the law of assumption, a framework that's existed for decades, wearing a TikTok outfit. The law of assumption says this: whatever you assume to be true about yourself and your life, your subconscious mind works to make real. Not through magic, through something called the Reticular Activating System. Here's how it works. Your brain processes roughly 11 million bits of information per second. You're consciously aware of maybe 50 of them. The RAS, your brain's built-in filter, decides what makes it through. And it filters based on what you've told it matters. What you've told it is true. So when a girl walks around genuinely assuming she's lucky, assuming good things happen, assuming opportunities find her, her RAS starts flagging every piece of evidence that confirms that belief. The coincidences feel bigger. The timing feels magical. Connections feel effortless. It's not luck. It's a filter that's been trained to find it. And that filter is programmable. Here's where it gets interesting. The people who say lucky girl syndrome is fake, most of them tried it and it didn't work. They said the affirmations for a few days. Nothing changed. They moved on. And that failure is actually the exact proof that this is real. Because what they were doing had zero chance of working. Not because the principle is wrong, but because they skipped one step that makes the whole thing function. The deeper solution. Lucky girl syndrome doesn't work when you repeat a phrase you don't believe. Your subconscious is not listening to the words. It's listening to the feeling underneath them. This is where identity shifting comes in. The girls who this actually works for aren't just reciting lucky girl syndrome affirmations in the mirror. They're practicing inhabiting a new identity, stepping into the version of themselves who already is the lucky girl. Not performing it, embodying it. And that happens through repetition over time. Not a 3-day challenge. So here is the 5-minute daily practice. 3 steps. Step 1. Every morning before you touch your phone, say one thing out loud. Not, I hope today goes well. Something stated as a fact. Today is going to work in my favor. The certainty is the point. Step 2. During the day, collect one piece of evidence, no matter how small. Your order was right. You got a parking spot. A meeting ended early. That counts. You're teaching your RAS what to scan for. Step 3. Before sleep, assume one thing about tomorrow as already true. Something good is going to happen tomorrow that I'm not expecting. Then let it go. 3 steps, 5 minutes. Done daily, you are literally rewiring what your brain filters for. The advanced twist. Now, here's what I want you to sit with, because this is the part that actually shifts how you think about luck. The skeptics who say lucky girl syndrome is dangerous because it ignores real problems. They're not entirely wrong to push back, but they're arguing against a straw man. Nobody who understands this is saying you ignore your circumstances. You're not pretending problems don't exist. You're changing your relationship to what's possible. There is a real difference between toxic positivity, everything is fine, don't feel anything, and the law of assumption, which says, I don't know how, but things are moving in my direction. One dismisses reality. The other directs your attention toward a different part of it. And here's the thing about lucky girl syndrome, affirmations, that most people miss. The most powerful affirmation isn't a phrase you memorize. It's a question you start asking. Instead of, why does nothing ever work out for me? Which your brain will answer in exquisite detail. You start asking, what if things actually do work out for me? Watch how fast your RES goes looking for proof. So, to bring it together, lucky girl syndrome is the law of assumption, repackaged for a generation that needed a new name for it. It works because of the RAS, the filter your brain uses to build your experience of reality. The practice is identity shifting, not toxic positive, genuine assumption, repeated until it's your default. If you want to go deeper, community, questions, real support from people doing this same work, I have a free Skool community. Link is in the description. No cost, just people who get it. Your next step, join the free community using Skool link in the description below. And don't stop here. YouTube already has your next video ready. See you there.